Hey, hey, long time no see. Welcome back to the Crypto IQ Finals. I'm your host, Kelvin Sparks, a podcast host at The Block. And today we are continuing on our quest to find the smartest person in crypto. And today we've got one more matchup. This is concluding our round of eight. And the winner of this will go on to the final four. That means we got a ton of trivia packed with surprises, challenges, and of course, plenty of chances to win big. That being said, for the audience listening live at home, it's still not too late to compete for the audience prize because we are upping the stakes each round. That means that members who closely follow Crypto IQ and participate will be eligible to win 2,500 USDC at the end of the Crypto IQ Finals tournament. As you can see, not only the Gigabrains are walking home with some cheese, but you as well can get in on this. So we really want to show appreciation for people who are putting in effort and would love to learn more about crypto. So please participate, and that'll be at the end of the round. I'll come in with a reminder. Additionally, today's Trivia Throwdown is brought to you by Polymarket, the place where the internet's collective brain decides the odds on what's actually happening in the world. If you want to know if your favorite team is making the playoffs, or if a celebrity's dropping an album, or if your friend's totally real prediction holds up, Polymarket has the receipts. Big shout out to those folks. And please jump on the wait list on polymarket.com by using code THEBLOCK. That's THEBLOCK, all lowercase, because sometimes the best way to stay informed is to see what everyone else is betting their confidence on. So without further ado, we've got a highly anticipated matchup. Even the finalist IQ chat was buzzing talking about this one. So let's meet our contestants. The favorite number one seed going into this matchup is Igor. How's it going, GM? And let's start with two fun facts because I got called out by the production team for not asking two fun facts about you. So maybe two fun facts, and I have one more question. How's it going, Igor?
Okay, yeah, I mean, like all good on my side, a bit busy, but yeah, we have a weekend ahead. So, yeah, in regards to fun facts, I think like the first one is I popped out on the Wintermute Raider early 2021 when I basically doxed their on chain addresses. Uh, yeah, I don't think that guys were like too happy about this, but I got quite friendly DM from Evgeny about all this stuff and we chatted for a bit. So yeah, probably the second fun fact. Before joining the blog, I also worked as contributor for like a month or two. Um,
Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's that's pretty cool. I can't lie. And then one last question, because we were talking about this in the production room before we went live. Where is the profile picture from? Is it an NFT, and what is that art style?
so I think yeah, like originally it was big because I watched this like Frank film, but I mean I knew some like backstory like about this person as well. And I used the original one until someone on one of crypto conferences, I think it was in 2021 in Lisbon, decided to make it NFT and just give it to me. So that's why I hold this like one-on-one NFT and use it on my X.
Yeah, it's a sick PFP. I want to get the name from you again after we finish up. But yeah, it's really, really cool. Thank you. And moving on, I believe Q is the eighth seed or the seventh seed. Seventh. Okay, Q is the seventh seed going into this. And yeah, what's up these days? G Monad Q. How you doing? How you feeling, man? What's up?
Hey, G Monad. Yeah, I think for us, like we are heads down, trying to speed up execution in terms of speeding up the chain as well as more things for users to use. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm focused on most of these days.
Nice.
Um, I guess I have to give a fun fact as well.
Please.
So I think for me, well, to be fair, I don't know if it's that fun, but essentially, I had money on Celsius, like a substantial but not too large amount of money. And I think the day before they sort of shut off withdrawals is sort of when I just took that money out. So I escaped it literally by a hair's width. But yeah, and that was only because some random guy on Twitter posted like take your money out of Celsius. And like a lot of people keep posting that. For some reason, that night I was like, okay, maybe this anon makes a little bit of sense. Um, and sadly, I couldn't find that account since. So I still haven't been able to thank that person, but it was crazy because it did turn out the way it did.
Wow. No, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I'm curious, do you consider yourself to be superstitious at all since we're on the topic? That's like pretty crazy.
Not particularly. I think like it's maybe karma exists, but like particularly, I don't think like superstition here works. Yeah.
Understood. Understood. And last question, since it is almost the weekend, when you're not deving hard in the Monad ecosystem, what do you do? What's your favorite activity to touch grass?
So right now I'm trying to get 100% run in Ghost of Yotei. I already finished the main storyline, so probably that's what I'll do this weekend.
Understood. Understood. That being said, I don't want to keep you from gaming too long. We will move on to the contest, but before we get into the questions, let's explain how today's game is going to work. So, in this matchup, players will answer 10 questions. The questions are on topics at random and could be of various types. Think multiple choice, rank order, free answer choice, as well as visual cues. So, questions are worth more points as the game progresses, but the difficulty of the questions increases as well. Oh, and the most important part, every second counts because as the seconds tick, your question points will bleed. So your objective is to answer as quickly and truthfully as possible. So for once, ChatGPT is not going to save you. We'll do a check-in point about halfway to see how our contestants are faring. But at the end of the day and the round, the contestant with the most points will progress to the final four. So that being said, I'll get a verbal confirmation from both of you that we are ready to go and we will jump in. That being said, Igor, you are the 1 seed. Are you ready?
I'm ready, yeah.
Q, you are the 7 seed. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. The first one is going to be a technical question. Let's move on to question number 1. Ethereum Shanghai upgrade deployed in April 2023 enabled is the correct answer. A, staked ETH withdrawals for debt validators. Is it B, a revision to proof of work? Is it C, removal of the EVM? Or is it D, hard-coded NFT royalties? Seeing some activity. Looks like 2 answers have been logged. Q, slightly quicker on the draw, but both contestants are correct. Correct answer was A, staked ETH withdrawals for validators. So Q, I'm kind of curious, given you're working on a high-performance blockchain, how do you think Ethereum's Fusaka upgrade may potentially help it scale in the future? And are L2 still parasitic?
I think the first bit is like, of course, like the L1 scaling roadmap is pretty good, especially with the BPO forks. A lot of changes can happen without needing a hard fork. So I guess that's good. As to L2s being parasitic, I would say it's a bit lesser now. Now that the blob fee market is more of a real fee market, I guess it was more unfair to the L1 before, but we'll see how that works out.
Well said. Well said. Wouldn't expect anything less from a guy at the protocol level. That being said, contestants, please have your keyboards ready. The next one is going to be freeform. Let's move on to question number 2. Question number 2, what company uses this logo? And for everyone listening at home, please note contestants are judged on correctness of spelling, not on case. Let's see. Looks like one of our contestants answered. All right. And Q logged his answer as well. So, Igor, you were quick on the draw. Your answer was CoinDesk. And with that answer, you earned 164 points. Good job. Good job. So, when you think about what you consume media-wise, Igor, in the news, I'm curious, what's the balance of data versus research versus actual content?
Yeah, I think the thing here is that you still need to get this news somehow, right? Like at the moment, I would say that people love to consume this, like quick headlines, short headlines stuff. But to be honest, in the exact source, there's always like a bit more details that could also be helpful. So yeah, I mean, like on my personal side and general, like on our side, it's kind of like a mix of like everything. It's just with time, it's a bit easier to figure out where is signal and where is noise.
Yeah, fair game. Well said. That being said, shameless plug. If you want accurate, informed crypto news, be sure to read the block. Sorry, couldn't resist, guys. But the next one's gonna be Lauren Culture. Let's move on to question number 3. This former Facebook's Libra co-founder now runs a Bitcoin startup building on the Lightning Network. Is the correct answer A, Mo Shaikh? Is it B, Evan Chang? Is it C, David Marcus? Or is it D, Jack Dorsey? I saw some activity on my side. That means that folks are logging their answers. All right, let's see. Igor, you said choice C, David Marcus, very, very quickly. And that was correct. Congratulations. Q, looks like you said Evan Cheng. What were you thinking there? I was going through your head, man.
I wasn't thinking it was just a guess.
Fair game. Fair game. Understood. And were you involved in crypto when Libra and DM were, I guess, trying to go to market?
I think I was. I don't remember how far back this was, but I believe like there was Libra, there was DM. So like they were trying all sorts of things, and eventually nothing really sadly happened. But yeah.
Understood. And do you have any thoughts on the launch or the rise in popularity, or at least perceived popularity of a lot of these corporate chains that are being announced and coming to market?
I think it's a good thing. I think it means that finally companies see crypto as a real way of sort of building products. Like we've been kind of trying to sell infra for years, but now we're at the point where, like, essentially the biggest of businesses do want to build on crypto. So I see it as a win regardless.
Understood. Yeah. Very, very balanced takes. All right, contestants, please be ready. The next one is going to be rank order. Let's move on to question number 4. Order these perp dexes in order they launched on public mainnet. The top is going to be the earliest. Our choices are A, Lighter, B, DYDX, C, Hyperliquid, and D, Drift. Let's see. The answers are coming in. Igor, you said DYDX, Drift, Hyperliquid, Lighter was the correct order. And with that, you earned 152 points. Congratulations. Curious, how do you view the perp dex landscape as it is today? And will these things ever be more popular than centralized exchange perps trading venues?
Yeah, I guess that's like a really good question. I don't think that people solely use only like purposes, but obviously like there is more activities than before there. Because I know like for me personally, centralized exchanges is still more. I mean, like, I'm not a trader as well, so for me, centralized exchange is more like a bridge because they really have all this like infra, so I can easily move from one chain to another one. But in regards to the current landscape, I mean, I would say it's like quite nice that we have more competition because it also pushes people to figure out what kind of like unique features could be done. Like this, like the discussion between Tarun and Robinson from Paradigm about how EDL should work, etc. Hopefully, like in the end of the day, we will have more better design for like perp dexes. Doesn't matter if it's on chain or off chain.
Yeah, well said. That was a really, really interesting discussion. I think it came up in the past like week or so around the ADL design mechanism. So really, really cool. Recommend folks checking out that, even though it seems like it gets a little heated from time to time on crypto Twitter, but great educational resources if you're looking on from the sidelines. But I digress. Let's move on to question number 5. Question number 5 is going to be a technical question. What is the name of the second most popular Bitcoin node client? Our answer choices are A, Bitcoin Core, B, Bitcoin Knots, C, Bitcoin Classic, and C, Bitcoin Unlimited 2. Let's see. Wow. Lightning quick. Before I can finish reading the question, we did get 2 answers from our contestants. Let's see what they chose. Q, you chose Bitcoin Knots as well as Igor. Both were correct. Q, slightly slower, but with that, you earned 231 points. So, Q, I'm curious. With respect to Bitcoin itself, people are obviously arguing about if ordinals are spam or not, but curious if you could speak to a bit more of the security budget side of things, if it will ever be worked out, and how Bitcoin can sustain itself long term, sir.
I think we're at a point where the narrative of Bitcoin is sort of slowly changing. I feel like for example, the Taproot Wizards group is sort of doing a good job on evangelizing on the front that Bitcoin needs to scale as a layer. And I feel eventually the toxic element of, like ossification of Bitcoin will sort of go away with time, even if not perfectly yet. But I think, yeah, like it's just like the natural flow and ebb of things. And I think the same thing happened to Ethereum as well, right? Where for a long period we were like, yeah, like we need this perfectly decentralized chain that, we need to know perfectly how everything works. But yeah, now we are on a too hard fork a year schedule, right? So I think things will improve gradually.
Well said. Well said. Let's move on. Oh, sorry. Actually, let's pause really quickly. My apologies. We are at the halfway point. Let's see how our contestants are doing. So, thus far, Igor, you are in the lead. Perfect in this round thus far. Doing better than we've had anyone early on, at least 5 for 5. So 100% correctness with a total of 787 points. Q, you've got 3 of 10 correct. You got 231 points that last one, bringing you to a total of 342 points. So Q, what do you think it's going to take to come back and potentially advance to the final 4 from your perspective?
Yeah, I just need Igor to get a couple questions wrong, I think.
Straight to the point. I like it. I like it. And curious, if you did win Crypto IQ, that first prize, what would you do with that money? That's for you, Q. Just curious.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was for Igor.
No, all good. All good.
Yeah, like I do not know. Again, like as I thought the question was for Igor, but I guess yeah, I'd put it on Morpho or something. I don't want to think about it.
Very responsible. I like that. I'm not sure if my DGen tendencies would say the same, but it's not about me. Igor, you are leading this round right now. 787 points. How are you feeling going into the last 5 questions? What questions would you like to see?
Yeah, I mean, going good. To be honest, I think maybe like a bit more like technical ones. Because I like this. Sometimes it's possible, to find the answer quite quickly. But yeah, I guess we'll see.
Understood. Understood. That being said, I'll get a verbal confirmation from you both, and we will move on to question 6. Q, are you ready for the second half?
I'm ready.
Igor, are you ready for the second half?
Also ready.
All right. The next one's visual. Have your keyboards ready. Let's move on to question number 6. Which DeFi protocol had a blue version of this character as the unofficial mascot during DeFi summer? Our choices are A, Yearn Finance, B, Aave, C, Uniswap, and D, SushiSwap. The questions are getting a bit trickier. Let's see how our contestants are doing. It looks like both contestants were correct. The correct answer was A, Yearn Finance. Let's see. So, wow. Igor, you've been lightning quick. How are you able to answer these so quickly?
I mean, yeah, I just was around. To be honest, yeah, I could be like even a bit more quicker. You just told that it will be, like free form or something, so I need to prepare keyboard. So I was distracted, but yeah, I was just around.
Fair game. No, understood. It's funny. I've seen probably AK spoke about it a lot to Barry and a few other contestants, even Coffee as well. Sometimes you have this info hidden away and you don't know how much you actually know by sticking around, paying attention, and consistently improving. So that's been the most impressive portion of Crypto IQ, at least for me thus far. All right. Next one's technical. Contestants, let's move on to question number 7. What is the name of the failed proposal that proposed to adjust Solana's inflation through a market-based mechanism? Our answer choices are A, SIP 1102, B, SIP 228, C, SIMD 228, and D, SIMD 1102. Let's see. All right. Looks like both contestants chose correctly. The correct answer was C, SIMD 228. This caused a lot of ruckus on the timeline. But Q, I'm curious, as you're developing Monad, how important is it to pay attention to what other protocols are doing to focus on token economics and potentially scaling the L1 in your mind?
I think there are two aspects to it. One is that a lot of the times users do not know what they want. So like technically, as a DApp, I think particularly you can have superior solutions that users are not ready for. I think that's one. And I think the second bit is that a very small subset of those users would be right. But essentially they do have a pretty good understanding of what you're proposing or what you kind of want to suggest, and their opinions are actually valid. So I think like both have merits. So as a protocol, typically I think the right pathway is to not copy other protocols. I think depending on kind of the product that you're offering, the solution needs to be different.
Understood. So I'm curious, as you're maybe it's conducting user interviews or analyzing on-chain user behaviors, how do you know which cohorts to listen to versus like some that may just be short-term, whether it be rent seekers or people just trying to make money off of incentives?
I think at a certain point of time, everything is about incentives. Like, I think what matters is, like, let's say that you have a dedicated group of users, and I mean like users, like it doesn't matter if they're farming or not. It's as long as you're sort of collating those opinions somewhere, such that you have a good way of sort of getting access to such certain point of time. I think it's good enough, because a lot of the things, there's too many things to get to, right? So ideally, you just want to kind of figure out things that you can do right now, that is today, and then whatever that you cannot do today is sort of slated for at any other point of time. So you just need to ensure you account for everything, and that's good enough.
Very wise words from the Gigabrain on Monad. Thank you for gracing us with that. It was awesome. All right, contestants, please have your keyboards ready. This is a free-form type question. Let's move on to question number 8. Name the zero knowledge other variation with the dashes, spaces of those. So Igor.
Yes, that's a good one, because it's obviously like very important thing, but on the other side there is also need for like compliance. Various TradFi companies probably don't want to touch anything if there are any illicit funds flow and stuff like this. So yeah, I mean, like, it's very important to provide some like privacy guarantees on an individual level, but at the same time there should be some way to make the stuff compliant, to again like not mix funds with DPRK and various other criminal organizations.
Yeah, well said. Well said. And I'm curious, overall, do you pay attention a lot to these privacy coins as you analyze what's going on in the market, or how do you think about them with respect to the overall different categories that exist?
I wouldn't say that I pay like a lot of attention. Probably the most interesting stuff at the moment is what happens on Ethereum in terms of like privacy, because yes, Vitalik started to work on this new wallet with some like additional privacy features. So that's probably that, yeah, I would find the most interesting at the moment, rather than ZK shoes and stuff like this.
Fair game. Fair game. Yeah, I think they had an event. This was in Buenos Aires. The folks that were launching the wallet were somehow related to Railgun. Can't remember exactly how, but it seemed interesting. But no worries. Contestants, please have your keyboards ready. We have another free form. Let's move on to question number 9. What year was Coinbase founded? Let's see. Okay. We got 2 answers. Q, your answer was 2019. Unfortunately, that was incorrect. Igor, you got that one. The correct answer was 2012. That is the year that Coinbase was founded. Now, Q, I'm curious, what role do you think that overall these centralized exchanges play in the crypto market structure? And do you think that's going to change as we see more of these brokerages start to offer crypto products?
I think like CXs are important for sure. I think they do a valuable job in sort of onboarding people where the regulations are difficult, right? Not everyone can participate in a launchpad or an ICO. So I think the pathways are the most important, especially for retail. And I think like even going forward, like they will continue to exist even if they become less dominant. That's what I think.
Well said. Well said. And I'm curious, do you tend to use centralized exchanges or DEXs more as you mess around with protocols and go between chains on like throughout all these various blockchains?
I use CXS usually for just on ramping, and then I never off ramp. Yeah, that's usually how I do it.
It sounds like a Chad move to me, but it's awesome. Before we go to our final question, let's check in on the leaderboard quickly to see how our contestants are doing. And while we pull that up, I do have to tell everyone at home, please do not go anywhere, as we will have an audience participation portion of the competition. That means you at home, yes, that's right, you at home have a chance to participate and win as well. That means the audience members who follow Crypto IQ closely will be eligible to win 2,500 USDC at the end of the Crypto IQ Finals tournament. All you need to do is follow each matchup and participate, and with that, you can win. All you need to do is provide a nickname, your ex potentially Twitter handle, but most importantly, use the same email. That way we can track you across rounds. We have seen some people grinding on the leaderboard, and they have been working their way up. That being said, the stakes are upped in the later rounds. Please participate, but we'll get to that after we check the leaderboard. Looks like currently Igor in 8 of 10 correct thus far going into the last question. You have 1,424 points. You may potentially set the record for the most points in a single round. How are you feeling going into the last question, Igor?
Good.
Well said. Well said. In Q, lagging a bit behind. You've got 5 of 10 correct, but it's been a lovely, lovely competition thus far. What question are you hoping for going into the last one?
I'll be honest, the math doesn't work out, so anything, I guess.
Fair game. I mean, still, you get one last chance to flex those crypto IQ gigabrains you work so hard for. We'll get a verbal confirmation from you both, and then we will move on to the last question. Igor, are you ready for the final question?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Q, are you ready for the final question?
I'm ready.
Let's move on to question 10. This is a technical one. Question 10. Which condition makes L2 block space strictly inelastic? Is the correct answer A, fixed batch size? Is it B, fixed delay? Is it C, fixed DA quota? Or is it D, fixed sequencer? Let's see. Looks like we got some answers rolling in. That being said, Q, you did in fact get to flex those brains. You were correct, as was Igor. The correct answer was C, fixed DA quota. That being said, Igor, you will be advancing to the Crypto IQ Final Four. Congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you,
Yeah.
Gmonad.
Gmonad.
Q, you had a wonderful journey, Crypto IQ, making it to the round of 8, coming up a bit short, but still, you crushed thousands of people at home on the leaderboard. Any words of wisdom or advice for folks looking to get where you are one day as they progress in their crypto journey?
Honestly, it's just everything is a bit of. Wait, I'm getting a weird.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of echo. Let's see.
Is it all good now?
Yep, you're good now,
Alright.
Q.
So I guess it's a bit of just fucking around and finding out, and I think that's what makes crypto so fun. I would probably even bet money. That's how Igor got to where he is. I mean, like really flexed on me today, which is like honestly, like he was a brilliant person to compete against. So no complaints there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Just be curious, yeah.
Well said, Q. Thank you so much, and congratulations on making it this far. Best of luck going forward, and as always, Gmonad, sir.
Gmonad.
All right. That being said, let's move on to the audience participation round now that we've congratulated our contestants. So, if you'll please pay attention to stream, you should see a QR code to join the audience competition. As a reminder, audience members who follow CryptoIQ closely will be eligible to win 2,500 USDC at the end of the CryptoIQ Finals tournament. All you need to do is follow each matchman, participate in the audience member questions, and please do not worry if you miss the first few matchups. There's still time to catch up to the leaders as we get closer to the Final Four. The questions are going to be worth more points, so you can make up for lost time and matches missed. So please provide your nickname, your X or Twitter handle if you'd like, but most importantly, use the same email. This makes it easy for us to track you across multiple sessions. We'll pull up the leaderboard as folks start to trickle in, and then we will get into the audience participation contest questions. So let's check the leaderboard and see how the folks at home are doing. All right, give it a refresh this time so I know I'm not pulling up old info. And Fade is at the top of the list with 2,466 points. Not far behind him, Decentralix, 2,436. And in third, Empire Dado, 2,257 points. To round out the top 5, we have FB Slow and AB. All right, let's see. Wow. And the first 2 slots looks like only 30 points. So even in the audience participation round, every second counts. So I'm just going to confirm with production, we should be on question number 21. Excuse me, I stand corrected. We should be going into question 23. Give some folks time to trickle in. And 1 second, folks, we're just checking in on some production stuff on our side, but our audience participation questions are coming soon. And I'm going to be honest, some of these, I wish I was in the audience participating because there's plenty of chances. Well, folks, we are going to pause for a second as we work through some of the broadcast issues we are experiencing on X. But as soon as we return, we will get into the audience portion of this matchup. That being said, we did round out the round of 8. Advancing, we had AK, Opaque, Igor, and let's see, who was the last one? I'll check the bracket, actually. Let me do that. Look into things. All right, well, actually, I just got word from production that we are going to take a moment We will be right back, and we're going to restart the live. So I'll see you in a moment's notice, folks, for the audience participation portion of this matchup. Thank you, and see you soon. Hey, folks, long time no see. Sorry about that. We had some issues with the broadcast on X, but we are back. That being said, I will reread or just go over again the portion that we are at. So we are moving on to the audience member participation portion of this matchup. We just had Q face off versus Igor, and ultimately Igor advanced to the final four. So please pay attention to the stream. You should see a QR code to join the audience competition. And as a reminder, audience members who follow CryptoIQ closely will be eligible to win 2,500 USDC at the end of the CryptoIQ Finals tournament. That means all you need to do is follow each matchup and participate in the audience member questions. Do not worry if you miss the first few matchups. There's still time to catch up. As we get closer to the finals, you will receive more points. We are upping the stakes. All you need to do is provide your nickname, an extra Twitter handle if you'd like. Most importantly, use the same email so that we can track your name across multiple sessions. So we'll give it a moment. We'll take a quick glance at the leaderboard, let folks trickle in, and please pay attention to the device you have the game pulled up on, as there is some lag between the stream and when the question will be displayed. So let's see the leaderboard, see how we're doing. Okay, top three: Fade, Decentralix, Emparedado. After that, FP Slow and Ab round out the top five. With Shard, Maris, Serbi, Trophy, and Colonel Panic to round out the top 10. That being said, we are getting ready to pull up the next audience member participation question. We are on question number 23. I hope you're ready. Without further ado, let's move on to question number 23. Question 23 is a wild card. Which meme coin had the highest peak in terms of market cap? Our answer choices are A, Whiff, B, Floki, C, Popcat, and D, Bonk. Oops, sorry about that, folks. Man, I wish I had friends to tell me about Bonk, because that one was insane when it came out. And looks like the votes are rolling in. This one was for 400 points, and 89% of the folks tuning in got that one right. The correct answer was A, Whiff. The dog has a hat. Can you believe it? Amazing technology. But let's check back in on the leaderboard to see who got that one right and who is racking up these crypto IQ points. Let's see. Fade still on top with that one. Got 222 points with that correct answer. Decentralix is in second place, and Emparedado dropped a bit. So it looks like Decentralix climbed the ranks just now with that correct answer. Ab, FP Slow, Chard, Maris, Serbi, and Trophy. Oh, Johnny jumped Colonel Panic with the correct answer there, is rounding out the top 10. So we have one more audience participation question, folks. Please pay attention to your devices. We'll be pulling up that question in a minute, and there is some lag between the stream and when the question is displayed. But I digress. That's plenty of time. Let's move on to question 24 for audience participation. Question 24 is a lore and culture question. Which collections reveal Fiasco birth CT's Kevin meme? Ooh, I know this one. The correct answer A, Cool Cats? Is it B, Moonbirds? Is it C, Invisible Friends? Or is it D, Pixelmon? Let's see if there are any NFT enjoyers who are tuning into the stream. Interesting. Looks like the votes were all over the place here. A lot of people said B. A couple said C. And this, like a decent amount said D. Ultimately, the correct answer was D. Pixelmon is where CT's Kevin meme comes from. That's a good one. I don't know any Pixelmon, but I can tell you this. I know Kevin. Pretty funny. But that concludes the audience participation portion. But let's pull up the leaderboard to see how the folks at home are doing. And Fade. Ab jumped that one. In second place, we have a new second place contestant in the audience participation portion. Fade Select number 1, Decentralix number 3, Empire Dado at 4, and FB Slow at 5. There's only a 500-point differential between 5th place and 1st place, so I think this is going to come down to the wire. But that concludes the audience portion. Before we go, I want to say huge thank you to our sponsor, Polymarket, who made this competition possible. Jump on the waitlist on polymarket.com by using code THEBLOCK. That's THEBLOCK, all lowercase. And before we go, folks, we are looking towards mid next week for the Final Four. So please follow our X profile. That is at The Block, THEBLOCK__ for all official updates on the Final Four. It's happening next Wednesday, and it's shaping up to be a special Crypto IQ event where we're going to give away 20,000 USDC worth of prizes to the smartest minds in crypto. Expect surprises, upset, and plenty of celebrations. You won't want to miss it. My name is Kelvin Sparks. I'll see you next week. Thank you for tuning in. See you later.